Good afternoon or evening, I should say, and welcome to Wholesome Roots. I see that Mike Carey's here. You're first. Congratulations. The boys are getting their pizza. Daddy's fixing them a slice of pizza now. And I'm just here with you guys. Are you going to feed me now? Make me eat in front of everybody? Ryan wants me to eat. I know some people don't like it when people eat on camera. I'll try to be polite about my eating behaviors if you guys don't mind. I do tend to get a little hangry if I haven't eaten something, so I see Rocky Brook Farmstead is here. Paper towel, please, so I don't slobber all over myself. I see Green Gables Homestead, hello, and Brown Coat Homestead, hello. Someone feed Rose quick. It is about that time of day, isn't it, Kristen Rad? J&A Golden Pyrenees. Hey, Macarena. That's a good intro. J&A Golden Pyrenees. You guys, do you breed Great Pyrenees? Are you really familiar with the breed and training with them? Green Gables Homestead said, we'll join you. I just finished making goulash. Mary Cleveland says, hi, not here long. Well, I'm glad you popped in, even if you couldn't stay long. I really appreciate that. The view is a great jump for my views on the live stream, so I appreciate it either way, even if it's just for a minute. Hello, Little Creek Homestead. Wendy Benjamin. Hello from Nova Scotia. I have relatives from Nova Scotia. That's where my grandmother's family descended from into the States. JD Allison, hello. How are you? Valerie D, good to see you. Chase, okay. Hope things are doing better than they have been the last couple of weeks. Yes, they're doing, despite the tragedies that we've been experiencing and had happen, things are actually remarkably going well. So I'm trying to keep my chin up. Hello, Pioneer Soul. Hello, Dandelion Fields Homestead. Hello, Debbie Hannah, or Hannah, not sure. Glad y'all could make it tonight. I hope you don't mind. We just had some frozen DiGiorno pizzas we heated up. Doing a live show at 8 o'clock is kind of like, it gets in the way of our usual dinner times and kind of messes up the flow of things in our evening. Squirt, you want an orange? Good boy. Hopefully that'll keep him quiet. Parrots are not fond of people eating around them. He sees my food and he wants. We didn't have a second raccoon attack, but we did have new tracks. The raccoon was up in our side yard where I walk down in the morning along the trail. And there were raccoon tracks right there in the mud. And so Ryan set a trap there. He set a trap over by the outside of the fence. And we've got the electric fence on and we're leaving Khaleesi in. Khaleesi has never been left out here all day and all night. But she did at her old farm, so she seems to be actually kind of liking it. So I think it's good for her. I think once we put that fence around her, she felt like she was secure. It gave her some confidence, hopefully. JD Allison says, I'm good. Where's Ryan on his tractor? He's fixing the boys some pizza. Yes, Squirt loves junk food, so he would really like some pizza. Terra Ranch, hello. Thank you for joining us. You can't hear anything, J&A Golden Pyrenees? I think everybody else can hear stuff because they're responding. Maybe reset or refresh your page. Hello, Michelle Justice. Yes, I love pizza. Even if it's takeout or frozen pizza. I prefer homemade the best, but can't always have time for that. And we just didn't have time for any dinner tonight. Cindy Brown, Kristen Gibson, Canadian girl. Hello, how are you? Good to see everyone. I feel so rude eating. It's like eating tacos on a first date too. It's not like it's not like a real graceful thing to eat in front of people. Sorry. I'm so rude, huh? I got really tired of pizza last week because we had pizza like every day for a week because our wonderful friend Robert and Tabor Aviaries not only brought 8 pizzas when he came to visit, he left like 4 whole pizzas. So for the rest of the week, I ate pizza for lunch, dinner, everything. And my pizza is supreme. You gotta love my pajama pants, right? I pretty much wear pajama pants all the time. Squirt. I hope this works and you behave. What was I talking about before Squirt distracted me again? Oh, Robert from Daybird Aviaries brought all these pizzas. So I didn't want them to go to waste. And so I was eating them all week long. And then we went to Massachusetts to visit my family. And my brother-in-law and my sister have a awesome restaurant. It's a coal-fired pizza. And we were like, we want all the coal-fired pizza. We want to try them all. We want to try them all. And so we ate pizza while we were there a whole bunch, too. Oh, good. Golden Pyrenees, you got it fixed. I'm glad that your sound's working now. I was asking, do you raise Great Pyrenees? Are you familiar with the breed and with some of their training needs? I've been doing a lot of research and I'm seeing a lot of conflicting theories. Some people are saying that livestock guardian dogs should never be handled by people and you should just leave them out there with the animals and let them do their job. Other people say, no, you have to bond with them and create a relationship with them, and they'll be much better at their training. I don't see myself having an animal I don't form a bond with, but she doesn't really want to form a bond with us because she was kind of neglected for the first 7 months of her life. So it's a balancing act that we're trying with her and just going with our gut, you know? The parrot is saying, pizza, pizza, feed me. Exactly. He loves when we eat anything, he wants it. Ooh, Debbie Hanna, I would love some blackberry vines. Are they the thornless ones? That would be even cooler. My neighbor has some thornless ones, and it was so easy to pick. Oh, my goodness. We have a lot of wild blackberries that are covered in the worst thorns that just break off every time you touch them and get embedded in your skin, and it's really hard to pick. Hello, Rachel at Hickory Hill Homestead. Glad you could join us. Now you've got to go to Little Caesars. Make sure you get some crazy bread for me. Hi, Willow Creek. I think I said hi to you earlier. I'm sorry if I didn't. So Sammy's on, not Vicky. Sammy, I'm glad you could join our live stream. It's a Friday night, so you don't have school in the morning. That's good. You can stay up and watch with us. Hello, Cindy Brown. If I didn't already say hi, Diana at Justice Acres. Hello. Are you feeling excited today? You want cheesy or crazy? That's hard. I love the garlicky, oily, buttery, salty stuff on the crazy bread. Cheesy's good too, though. Okay, So you believe that Pyrenees definitely need to be socialized. See, I think that the person that had them before was trying to, that had her before for the first 7 months, was trying to train her with absolutely zero socialization, and that kind of messed her up in the head. And she's not fear aggressive, so that's good, but she's fear submissive, which is kind of sad. But we've tried everything that we can think of, and it's just not. It's not where we thought it would be after 4 months of trying with her. Kristen Rad said, do you still have an abundance of eggs? I just went through and sorted. So I have some eggs that are 3 weeks old that we're going to discount. Even though 3 weeks is not old for eggs, we just want to get them off the shelf and into somebody else's hands. But we also, if they don't sell, we're just going to hard boil them and pickle them. So there is a slowdown since the trauma of the chickens getting attacked and having less chickens, of course. Hello, Homesteading Minimalist. Glad you could join us tonight. Hey, Brown Coat Week. Oh, talking about rabbits. Willow Creek's had some interesting journeys in the rabbit journey. You know, like she says at the end of her videos, crazy adventure we call homesteading. They've had a crazy adventure with those rabbits. Go check out their videos and follow along in this saga. It's really been interesting learning for me as somebody who doesn't have rabbits to see the challenges they face and how they overcome them. And it's been beautiful. And she's doing a great job over there. I think you should definitely do a video on Pyrenees. I think, is that what you're talking about? When you said a video on them, I think that there are some good videos out there, but there haven't been any that have really been, I guess, for somebody like me who's never trained Pyrenees. I've trained dogs plenty of times, but I've never trained Pyrenees, and they're very different animals. It's like a completely different animal. It's like they're not even the same as any other dog. Hickory Hill, you should definitely do a live feed. It's really easy on the phone, but you can't see the chat. But that was, I found it just to be way easier almost, because it's harder to see the chat, but it's easier to just stand there and say, blah, 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 and whatever you gotta say. But you probably don't want to say blah, 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 blah. On the computer, I had a little bit more issues, but that's because I'm not very technologically inclined, and Dalton's my tech guy. So Kristen says, it's my opinion that people should have a bond with their livestock guardian dog. I don't believe it benefits them to be ignored and emotionally neglected. I couldn't do that to any of my animals. I agree. And it's so weird how many of the people that call themselves experts say that you should completely leave them with the animals. Don't pet them. Don't bring them in the house. How dare you? I actually deleted a comment yesterday because I was feeling emotionally weak at the moment, and I was like, I can't reply to this comment. I can't like this comment. I can't do anything with this comment other than it makes me feel yucky. I'm just going to delete it, because nobody should be making comments that make me feel upset when I just had to go through what I went through. And I'm doing everything I can to work with Khaleesi very slowly and gradually. I mean, you can't move fast with her, and you can't move fast with LGDs, period. It takes 2 years before they are ready to be on their own with the animals. 2 years of training. And she's not even a year yet, so it's a lot more work to go for her. Yeah, you can see the chat on the phone, Little Creek Homestead, but I don't know how to make it, like, stop. Like, if the chat is scrolling too fast, I can't go back and look at stuff. Whereas on the computer, I can click the mouse and drag it down. So maybe I just don't know how to use it more on the phone. Danielle's Fresh Farm asks, how is Eugene? Eugene is doing great. Big, fat, hungry Eugene. very stubborn mule sometimes, but he's just a big beast. Oh, thank you, Hickory Hill. I appreciate you saying that. I struggle with it sometimes, but I'm doing my best, and that's all I can do. Little Creek Homestead, I am getting a ton of milk now. I'm getting a half a gallon out of each of the new fresheners. So Kitty and Sister Ray that just had babies are giving me a half a gallon once a day milking. So that to me, those are my best milkers right now. The two new girls, they were giving me a half a gallon total, but their production seems like it's dropping down a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's just because of where they are in their lactation, or if they're just not liking my feed as much. She did mention that they were on a fancy show feed and that I might see a decline in their milk, which is okay because I don't even have that show feed available at my farm store, so it's not even something I could try to make up for. And I did try the calf manna that she suggested, added in, and I did that for like over a week and no difference. Their milk production didn't go up. So I'm just milking them out really well every day. Don't let the YouTube turkeys get you down. Thank you, Homesteading Minimalist. You know, it's funny because I actually have not had any negative comments necessarily. They're not negative. They're just critical. And it's like, and like, giving advice where it's not being asked and their advice isn't always good. And that, I think, bothers me more. When somebody's giving bad advice, I think it's like, I don't want people to read that in my comments and get the idea that that's a good idea. So it's almost better just to delete their comments if they're going to be saying stuff that's not correct. Because it's hard to be polite in text and get your point across without sounding like either a know-it-all or like you're cranky. And when I read what I write, I'm like, you sound like a know-it-all, or you sound cranky. And I don't want to be ugly to people, and I don't want people to think I'm a know-it-all. But in the same breath, how do you reply then if they're wrong, if they're flat out wrong? That's hard. That's really hard for me. It's actually harder than the mean comments. The mean comments, I can laugh at, you know? What's with the Sister Ray on melting? You were mentioning something about that having to be so hard. Are you talking about Sister Ray's horrible behavior on the milk stand? She was really, really bad. So the first day she wasn't so, for me, she was really bad for the farm sitters. So I just wrote it off as they're strangers and she doesn't want to be touched by them. But for me, the first day was okay. I had a hard time getting her on the stand, and she kicked a little bit when I was washing her udder, but then she let me milk her. The second day, was it the second day or the third day that I milked her? She went psycho. She went completely psycho, kicking me, wouldn't get on the milk stand. I mean, just downright horrible. Like she'd never been milked before in her life. And it was crazy. And the only thing I can think is that she was too full. That was a day that I got out there a little bit later in the morning, and she was the last one I milked. So even though I was out there in time to milk her, everybody else went first. So now I've reversed the order, and I'm doing her first. Well, not first. Kitty runs out ahead of her, so she's second. And that's working much better. And the last 2 days have been actually really good. I'm trying to keep my videos 2 days ahead. I don't know if any of you have noticed that. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll probably see updates that are in advance from my videos. But I'm doing that just in case I have to take a day off and rest. Then I already have a video that's up and ready to load. So if you like spoilers, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. If you don't, then don't. If I agree, if people can't say something nice, they shouldn't say anything at all. Isn't that the truth? You have to delete those false information comments, or other people think it is true. I agree. I agree, and it's hard. Yes, their production does go down a bit after being relocated, but it's been what, 2 months now? A month? I mean, it's no, over a month. And it didn't go down that much in the beginning. It's going down more now. But they kidded in November, so I mean, they've been in milk for a little while still, and you know they just adjusting still, I'm sure.
Hello.
Homesteading Minimalist says, you can't help it if you're a know-it-all. I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to be you when I grow up. It's funny. Robert at Neighborhood Aviaries, that he always jokes that I am a know-it-all because I do know it all. And this is going to make me sound like a know-it-all, but I kind of agree on some respects. I don't usually say stuff and make strong opinions about stuff unless it's something that I have really studied and researched, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, like, serious. The boys are not asleep. They're eating pizza. Have you tried music? No, that's a great idea, though, because I know my other goats really, really liked music. And she did say something about music, didn't she? That she leaves music in the barn.
Yeah, she does.
I should definitely try that. Jackie Comer, that was a great idea. I haven't done that. Oh, bye, Rocky Brook. Thank you for joining us.
But I just got here. But bye. Bye, everybody.
Okay, Ryan, this is the comment I was at. You can read that comment and answer it while I stuff my face a little bit.
All right. Rose wants to eat, so Hickory Hill Homestead. Rose, help me out here. What is the best way to lead a goat with a collar? Well, how I do it, I'm not Rose, but leading a goat with the collar, you got to be really careful not to choke them because they're very sensitive in their throat, and that jugular and blood vessels up there, I've seen them pull so hard that they almost pass themselves out pretty much. Especially Fancy Girl is like the biggest troublemaker when it comes to being led by a collar. Yeah, you basically have to let them go at their pace. I mean, hang on to the collar, take a step, see if they'll take a step, but just go slow. Don't let them choke themselves out because that's not good. You don't want your goats passing out or injuring themselves just because you want to lead them by the collar. Okay. Mama Two Cubs did follow your advice and did introducing through fence, then introduced me in the pen, and the 3-year-old Nubian only head-butted the 5-week-old baby twice.
She had to introduce a 5-week-old baby to her 3-year-old Nubian. And I told her to do it through the fence first and then keep an eye on it.
And the head-butting is normal. Some people aren't used to seeing that and they get scared. Their heads are tough. They're hard-headed. Even the babies are. Everybody saying hello to me. Little Creek Homestead. Hey there, Tractor Man. Hi. Hi, Diana. Get to the farm. CZ. Armchair farmers, dog trainers, etc. So, okay.
The comments.
I'm like literally reading what's on the screen. I'm like Ron Burgundy. What breed is Eugene? Well, he's a Nubian, of course.
Well, not of course.
Well,
he's huge.
He is huge. He's actually a quarter giraffe. We did a DNA test on him, an ancestry test, and we found that Eugene is actually a quarter giraffe. So yeah, that big, not a big surprise there, but yeah, he's mostly Nubian.
I love that Art was singing to the cow. I saw that. That was sweet.
I sing. I listen to music a lot when I'm milking. Usually it's through headphones though. But back when I worked on the sheep farm and I'd play music through the radio, I would really sing to those sheep. And they seemed like they really liked Pink Floyd. And there's some things that they just did not like. They didn't like Faith No More. I don't know why. Okay. I have a doe who was totally wild when I got her, as in was not touched by a human being for 6 months of her life. It took a long time to tame her, but now she's my best milker. Yeah, you can be surprised sometimes.
It's like Sister A. I'm gonna tame her.
Yeah, they're not totally defined by their past. You know, it's what you do too has a big effect. So you can correct a lot of bad behaviors and socializing them. The herd dynamic completely changes them. Some goats that we've got, they were used to being by themselves or just a couple, and then now they're part of this big group, and they have to figure out their place. Great believer in music therapy. That's good. I had a goat collapse and ride tonight because it did something to her spine.
That's fancy, girl.
It is temporary, but it scares the life out of me. I wasn't even it.
I don't think it's her spine. I think, I had one of the goat people in one of my classes when I did the small ruminant production class. They were talking about the jugular on a goat and how huge it is and how it is so raised up off of their neck that when pressure's put on it by a collar, it does knock them out. And we've had Fancy Girl do that. And like, you think she's seizing for a second. I don't think it's the spine. I think it's because of the blood being cut off.
And I can speak firsthand experience from myself. When I was younger, in my teenage years, it's stupid now.
Sammy is watching, and she's commenting.
Okay.
Anything that is not for a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, or then don't say it.
Any pressure applied cuts off the circulation to your, your blood going to your head, and it can make you pass out. So that's what's happening to them too. They're pulling, and it can make them pass out, and it is scary. You have to be careful.
That's a good idea, CZ Farms. I still call you CZ Horses. Get to the farm. Sorry. I would teach them to lead like they teach foals with a rope behind their haunches. That's a good idea. I bet that would work. Hello, Papa Truck Prep Stetter. Sorry I'm eating, you guys. I'm being so rude. I'm starving. Play country when you milk is a great idea. Aw. I'm sorry, Rachel. Yeah, you might want to try a halter. I've seen some people use halters on goats. That go around. You know what I'm talking about? A halter. It's not what it's called. Is it called a halter? Like for a dog? That might work better for her.
I don't know what it's called.
Hello to Family Homestead. I hope you don't mind. I'm eating. I don't want to starve.
So we caught up on the comments? Oh, wow.
Now you get to talk about our vacation.
Our vacation? Goodness gracious. I haven't left.
Harness. Yes. Sorry.
I haven't left here since 2014 until we went on this trip. And exactly the reason why, because of all these animals and proper care and everything, that was made clear, definitely for sure, with everything that happened while we were gone. It was just, I'm still glad that we went. It was a great time. We had a wonderful time visiting with Rose's side of the family up in Massachusetts. But it was really hard to not be here for all the things that were going on. I'm still glad that I wasn't left behind, though. It was still worth it. Everything ended up okay. But yeah, it's just it's tough to get away, and even though I tried to set things up to make things as easy for the farm sitter as possible, pre-mixing the food and making sure things were all in order and good placement, and something still happened, so Okay, we got some more comments now.
Have we had any more channel hackings? That was pretty awesome, Trisha. My whole family watched it. Like, when it came up on my phone, I was like, why am I getting a notification that I just posted a video? I did not just post a video. And I started playing it on my phone, and everybody was like, oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome. It was really, really a great, fun video. I'm glad you did that. I really appreciated it. It helped me smile in a time that was not a whole lot of smiling. That was the hard part, I think, for me for the trip, was I was supposed to be there celebrating family and having fun and being happy, and I was not. And I was trying so hard to be happy, but that is a hard thing to handle with, you know, the baby buckling. Just passing him off to his caretaker the night before, knowing that, you know, he may not make it through the weekend, was scary. And to leave him behind, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I didn't want to leave. I was like, I'm going to stay. And then to have him pass away and have to, like, put on that mask, not let anybody see how much it was bothering me, because I was there to visit with family and be happy. And yeah, that was hard. And then the next day, dealing with, you know, what was going on with sister. And, you know, sister delivering wasn't just the issue. She was not being good. She was being a psycho. It took 3 people to hold her down to make sure that the baby nursed. She was flipping out psycho. And I think a big part of it was she didn't know these people and she didn't want them near her or her baby. And, you know, it was just scary. She was scared. And I felt so bad for not being there. And I felt so bad for getting her due date wrong. She was the one going, I was sure on her due date. So it really made me feel dumb. I mean, like, really, really, really. So, but we had fun. They had a little bit of snow. We didn't really play in it because we didn't have snow gear. The weather was cold, but it was nice and sunny.
The highs were in the 30s.
We got to do a lot of work in my mom's yard. I have a lot of footage from, like, when we went for a walk on the river, and then a little farm we went to visit, and my mom's garden a little bit. And I want to put it all together. I'm just not sure if I should do it all in one video or what. I'm not sure. Dalton, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. The mysterious Dalton. That's my tech guy. He's the one who fixes everything. Tell them what you did for me the last 2 days.
I moved all of her raw footage and exports onto her external hard drive, and then set up systems in place so that what she exports goes into the external hard drive, and everything that she gets off her camera goes into the external hard drive and gets deleted off the camera.
So everything is...
He hooked me up.
It's not clogging up the main hard drive on the computer now. It's going to its own...
It's all automatic.
home. So that's good, and it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, yesterday when I was editing, it said you can't save when I'm in the middle of editing. I was like, ah! Dalton, help! Okay, so Debbie Hanna asked, how soon after goat has delivered should you start milking? Okay. This is a mixed question because you don't have to start milking at any particular point. Most people wait a week or 2 before they start milking. But when you've got an engorged, tight udder, you have to milk it till it's soft, or the baby won't be able to latch on and nurse. So you have to milk out possibly the very first day they deliver, which was the case with sister, and Kitty was the next morning. I had to milk her the next morning. So a lot of times they get too engorged, especially if they only have one. And with Kitty, you know, she had to, so she was producing enough milk for 2, but she lost one, and that really affected her and made it so we had to start milking. And the higher production does that produce a lot more milk tend to need to be milked. Like Sister Ray she has to be milked every day. She has so much milk coming out of her. I'm getting a half a gallon without even trying to empty her. I'm just getting that half a gallon to relieve her.
Make sure they don't get mastitis too from being too full all the time.
Exactly. Sorry about the eating, guys. I'm scrolling back. I missed some stuff.
They're probably eating right now while you're talking. So.
How far back did I go?
How was the weather? I've seen that one.
Did the boys enjoy it? Okay, I saw that.
They didn't really get to enjoy the snow too much because we didn't bring their boots for the snow. Rowan got his feet wet from running through the snow. They had a St. Patrick's Day treasure hunt outside, and he ran through the snow, and it was so soggy wet underneath the snow that his feet got soaking wet in the cold. So we had to dry his shoes over the pellet stove in our cabin.
Tracy Hedberg, I'm glad you got to join us live. It's always fun to get in a live show when you haven't had a chance before. Daniela G says, I live in South Florida. I'm new to homesteading. We have very little land, but just got some chickens. I'm trying to figure out how to keep them safe from coons, cats, and possums. What's your best method? Hardware cloth is to make the coop out of hardware cloth, and then put an electric fence around that, and then get a couple of livestock guardian dogs.
Yeah, looking at the one coop, one of them was the very first tractor I built, and shame on me for not reinforcing even more. But
I talk a lot about this stuff in the video I was filming today, so you guys will be able to see, because we just had a raccoon attack. I don't know if you knew that, Danielle. The Toasted Rabbit finally got to join on our live stream. Glad to have you here. The quail are getting big, aren't they, Ryan?
They are. When we got back, they were just huge.
Boom! It was like, hello.
Like 4 days. Oh my gosh! Somebody came in and switched them all.
Right? It doesn't have to look good. It just has to work. Exactly. Very, very sturdy hardware cloth wire is, or we used to say chicken wire on top of welded wire, but the welded wire fence that we used had holes this big, and the raccoons were able to stretch it into a big enough circle that they got through. They probably sent their younger raccoon in and got him in there to get the chickens an attack.
They will exploit any weakness.
Chicken wire will not work on any predator situation. So chicken wire is just to keep chicks in. And that's why we have chicken wire on ours. Rose, I can't wait till we get down there so I can hug you. And the cute goats. Yay. Oh. Everybody was saying hi to Dalton. I missed that. I'm sorry.
No.
I had my chicken run buried 18 inches and I let them out only when I'm around. That's a very good idea. Burying the wire is really important for animals that do dig underneath. Part-time Permies, hello. Did I miss you coming in? Hello, hello. How do you help a sick chicken? One of the first things I do with chicks and chickens that I get is give them magic water, which is apple cider vinegar, garlic, and honey in their water. And it really boosts their immune system and helps prevent sicknesses in the first place. If you have sickness already, it depends on what that sickness is. I know some people do use oregano oil to fight infections. But you have to be very careful with that. That's a hot oil. What is your best advice for getting a goat to trust you? Animal crackers. Lots of brushing. Tie them up to a wall and brush them for an hour.
I would say repetition.
Yes.
Whatever you're doing.
Yes, repetition. That's a great point.
Be consistent with your routine, and they'll fall in line because goats are very routine animals.
Very much so.
Lots of hellos.
I'm trying to see where we're at. Everybody's saying hello to the boys while I was busy talking away. Oh wow, we're way behind. Maybe I should go to the current. I'm gonna go to the current chat and work my way backwards. JD Allison's got Little Caesars. Oh, thank you. The chickens are hard to lose. It's hard. I didn't think it was gonna hurt me as much because it's like you've been through a lot, you know, doing this day after day every year for so long. I always milk out a little colostrum and freeze it. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. My latest Instagram post was actually all the colostrum that we got from sister because her first milking that day was very yellow rich colostrum. So I put it all into breast milk freezer bags. Dual purpose. Thank you, Danielle. The coon paws will reach in. Yeah, you know, and it's
Yeah.
I've seen cages that were like this for parrots, just 1 inch, and unfortunately that parrot did not make it, and it was a raccoon that reached in and was able to sadly destroy and eat. It was really sad. You got your farm boots today. Yay!
Awesome.
Congratulations. New farm boots are awesome. That's always fun. I'm sorry if it seems confusing. I'm working my way backwards. Oh, 1870s Homestead made it in. I didn't see you coming. I'm working backwards. What's next to go in the garden? A lot. A real ton. I mean, just so much. It's going to be insane. I don't even, I'm trying not to think about it because it's a lot of work. I loved my Hatch by Willow Creek Homestead. That was so funny. And my whole family watched it. Her eye is swollen and oozing, and it's also oozing out her nose. It's discolored, like yellowish color. Oh no.
The chicken?
That sounds really bad, actually. When the chickens get those sinus issues, that's really bad. I would definitely use some, what's the stuff? The oil drops that you put under their wings. The little brown bottle. It smells like camphor or...
I can't remember.
VetRx.
Oh, yeah.
You can get it in the chicken section in a yellow box. And it's, it'll help, but I would isolate that chicken from all your other chickens because if it is contagious, they will all get it and it can be very bad.
Put the apple cider vinegar in the water and garlic. All right.
Am I all the way caught up?
I think so.
Sorry, guys. I got really behind there in the comments. And
Okay.
have you found a good use for those big wood crates?
I keep one of them. I brought 2 more home today, so now we have 3. The first one I'm keeping all the feed bags in. So any unopened feed bag, I'm putting inside of there, so that way the goats.
We used to just stack it on a pallet, but I love it in the crate so much better, so much neater and more confined. And
so I brought home 2 more, and I'm thinking the other one.
I want to make a brooder out of one.
One of them I'm going to put the hay in, so that way, because right now we're keeping hay on a pallet, and then you end up with all this loose hay all over the barn floor that you can't use.
Right.
So that way, if it's in a box, you know, you can probably
sweep
use
it up and use it. So. Yeah. Whereas the barn floor is dirt, and so you don't want to use that because there could be, parasites.
Yeah. So she wants to make a brooder with one, but see, I pass this place before and after work every day, and when I got 2 today, I saw 2 more that I thought, hey, those look good. I'm going to get those tomorrow. And then It looks like some people have been picking them over, and a lot of them are not looking so
Broken.
great. So there's probably 2 or 3, maybe even 4 good-looking ones, and then the rest are starting to look broken. So let me get what I can.
Carrie, I'm glad you could make it. How are the babies? Carrie had 2 babies born today, like in 5 minutes time. She looked at the goat and said, "Oh, her udder's pretty full." Turned around and did something, turned back around, and there was a baby on the ground. Like, no
Congrats.
sign. It was wonderful. Papa Trek Prepstetter, Danielle, he's recommending Duramycin or Terramycin. Those are 2 different antibiotics that you can get at your feed store. And to separate the affected bird, absolutely separate the bird. And if it's that bad of an infection, I would use the antibiotics as well. And you guys know I don't usually do antibiotics, but that sounds really bad. And like Get to the Farm says, swollen eyes and discharge, you may need a vet or to call her. It's actually very, very bad. We had some chickens come down with a sickness like that one year after we went to a bird show. The poultry show. We don't even want to go to the poultry shows now because we're so scared of bringing something back to our birds.
This was back at our old house.
This was like 5 years ago, and it was sad because a lot of them they all got sick. I mean, so sick. We thought they were all going to die, and we pulled them through it, but we used the antibiotics.
Yeah.
And be careful with the antibiotics that you don't use the eggs for whatever it says on the label for the amount of time. Rose, how many eggs do you get a day? Well, we were getting like 30 something eggs a day.
We were getting, the best average number was 27 eggs a day. One day was
I thought you said 33.
One day we got 33. Some days it was 30, but most days it was 27. Today I got 18 eggs.
'70s Homestead, I keep missing your live shows. I really want to see them too. It was so funny. One day I saw the notification on my phone when I picked up my phone, and I was like, yes! And I went and clicked on it, and you guys were already done. And I was like, I didn't even see the notification until it was too late. Grandma Rose's Homestead, hello. It's okay to be a little late. We don't mind. Glad to have you here. Whoops. Everybody's saying hello. I may need to find someone to call her, but I'm trying to save her if I can. Yeah, that's a hard call, hon. I know, it's so hard. I know Ryan had the worst job the other day when I had to call him home from work to do that, because I really didn't want to have to be the one to do it.
It's not fun, ever.
Chelsea Tarver, I didn't even see you come in. Hello, my friend. I have had a hard time finding anything much on goat body language and whether there is a way to use body language to train them. A la Monty Roberts with training horses. Do you know of any resources? Ooh, that's a really good topic. You're making me want to research that. Don't get me researching anything. I'll become an expert on that too. Just kidding. We were talking about, what a know-it-all I am. So
only body language I could think of.
We see it.
I mean, they're prey animals, so using their peripheral vision to your advantage that's one thing I could think of.
I think that with most goats, if you are in that herd and it's your herd, you're gonna be the one that recognizes the body language. I think for each individual goat, I can tell when Fancy Girl's not going to behave and go the direction she's supposed to. I know before she even takes a step towards the feed stand, that she's about to, just by her body language. I think it's more of a feel for each individual goat than it is for a general overall for all goats type thing. But I'm sure there are many things that are in their body language, like when they lay their ears back, that they're in pain or uncomfortable or something's not right. At least with the Alpines, laying their ears back. That's something I've noticed. So. No one has done much with goat whispering. I do liberty training with my horses. It works with geese, though. It's so funny. I just called myself the the Goat Whisperer. I don't know if it was in the video that posted today or the one that's going to post tomorrow, but I'm the Goat Whisperer. I like to think I am anyway. When it comes to Sister Ray, I am. Oh, it's a small chick. Danielle, where did you get the chicks from? Did you get it from the feed store, or did you have them mailed, or was it from a local breeder or something else? Old Camp Ranch says, greetings from northeastern Arizona. Greetings. Our kids are chubby and getting their fur, says Toasted Rabbit. Sorry about your chickens. We had a raccoon take out 17 out of 20 quail last year. Ugh.
Wow.
That's like our ducks. 3 years ago was when we had the last raccoon attack, and they took all of our ducks. It was really sad. Literally all of them were gone. We found one on a trail that pointed in the direction of where they had taken them. Just finished watching you and the goats in the stall. I don't mind you filming just them at all. I'm glad I found your channel. I'm enjoying your candor about homesteading. Thank you. I was like, I tried to cut out of that video so much because it was like, it was 11 minutes long, that clip of me sitting in the barn with the baby goats. And I was like, nobody wants to sit here watching baby goats for 11 minutes. I do. But I don't think anybody else does. I have been afraid of milking her due to the twins. She's not engorged. If she's not engorged, you don't have to milk her. How long ago did she kid? Because a lot of times I'll wait 2 weeks. Let the babies really get a good start. You didn't see because I just got here. That could be why. The individualism of goats is probably why I haven't been able to find as much about training using more visual language. Very true. You will love Roses and Ryan's channel. Thank you, Mike Carey. That's very sweet of you. Little chicks do go very fast. I'm so sorry, Danielle. I hate to be that honest, but it's better to tell you up front, you know. I got them from the feed store, and I got 12 chicks. 2 died without warning, and this one is sick, and I managed to get her out before infecting the rest so far, just as the rest are healthy. How long ago did you remove her? Keep a very close eye on the others. Give them the magic water. All of them need magic water stat. It makes a huge difference in their immune system. It boosts it so much. Feed store chicks are often not handled correctly at the feed store, and it's so hard to get them from there. It's so hard not to get them from there too. Trust me. I look every time. I'm like, babies.
Yeah, I've impulse purchased feed store chicks before.
Yeah. So true. That's our Rose, the Goat Whisperer. Thank you, Brown Coat. Generally, mammals will produce more milk to account for what is taken. It's assuming that's true for goats as well. Yes, they definitely will produce more if you continue to milk more. I could start milking my girls twice a day, and they would keep up with that production, and they would still give enough to their babies. So for your concern about making sure that the twins are getting enough, if you're needing milk for your family, I would do a once a day milk and see how it goes. And if you feel like they didn't get enough that day, then back off. But they do tend to produce more if you take more. So there's never a lack. It just keeps coming. The body keeps producing it. It's beautiful, really. Hickory Hill, how do you work on them? I sit with them, watch them eat, slowly pet them. I've only had these particular goats since December. They've been inside the entire time. Oh, I want inside goats. Rain won't let me. They will pick up their production. That's how they get record productions in dairy cows. They milk 3 to 5 times a day. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I was interested in doing a Spring Babies 2018 collab so everyone could show off their baby chicks and kits and
That's a
kids.
fun idea.
That's an awesome idea. Oh my gosh, I'm so in on that. If you would like me to participate, I would love to. You know that the collaboration that I just did, the 3 new things to grow this year, to grow this spring, has 40 channels in the playlist already. And it hasn't even been out a week.
That's incredible.
It's the biggest collaboration I have ever seen on YouTube in the homestead community. I have never seen one get that many people participating. I'm so excited about that. And what's the neat part is a lot of them are the smaller channels that I was really wanting to help. But we've got huge channels. We've got a channel with 90,000 subscribers that posted the very first video. So I mean, it's very helpful to all of us to stay connected like this and participate in collaborations. I had a huge jump in my subscribers from this collaboration. I didn't have a lot of views on that video, but I saw a huge jump in my subscribers. So collaborations are the way to go. They're fun too. I would love to do spring babies.
Homesteading Minimalist. I ordered my chicks this year, but they're not here yet. I'm scared to set foot in the feed store because I will buy more. And then you wouldn't be a homesteading minimalist anymore because you would have lots and lots and lots of chickens.
Mike Carey, I've seen that too. When you go into the feed store and they have dead chicks in there, and you tell them, and they're like, I'm not done with my smoke break or whatever. You know, they just don't care. A lot of them, a lot of the staff there they're not trained to handle chicks. They don't know what they're doing. It's really sad. It really is. Living with Kim, hello. Glad you could join us. Part-time permies, you are definitely going to make that video this weekend. A lot of people are still making them this weekend. I know Pat Family said they were going to be making theirs this weekend too. So definitely, it's not like we're running out of time. Lots of people are joining in. It's not even a week old yet. I gave them the magic water, like you said. I also made a mix of chopped garlic, chopped onions, cinnamon, raw Florida honey, oregano, apple cider vinegar mixed with medicated starch. Awesome. That sounds beautiful. Look, you know what you're doing. You're use that. Follow that. I'm proud of you, Danielle. That was exactly like something I would do. Red Duchess Farm is on the playlist. That's right. There's a lot of people in here that are on that playlist. Oh my goodness. Impulse perch a calf. I would do that, wouldn't I? He almost did when he got his tractor. They had cows for sale.
They had some dairy cows and some meat cows, and they were.
I was like, we are not set up for a cow.
They were like, oh, we got these heifers. They're all heifers. They're 400 each, and I was like,
Danielle, they've been separated for 2 weeks. Then you're probably safe with the ones that aren't sick yet. So that's good. That's a good sign that the rest will be okay. Yeah, isn't that awesome? You guys need to all make videos. Everybody, make 3 new things we want to grow this year. And we've got some big channels participating. We got some small channels participating. It's really just about encouraging everybody to get out and plant something new. I'm just so excited about this. It's really fun.
Green Gables Homestead says, I won't look at Tractor Supply anymore because I've seen too many dead babies in there. You know, that's unfortunate. You know, I've actually never seen any chicks at Tractor Supply.
Every time we get there, they're sold out.
There's just
but they have the light
with
on.
The light on, yeah. And there's no
and the bedding,
any chicks.
And there's nothing in there. It's weird.
Yeah,
makes me wonder. I only have your email, Rose. You spread the word, Toasted Rabbit.
Yeah.
You start the playlist. I'm telling you. So what you do is you go to all of the channels that you think would be interested in participating, and you go to their About page. And on the About page, it has their email. There were a bunch of people that did not have their email in their About page, and I wanted to have them participate, but I couldn't invite them because they didn't have their email listed. So everybody go put your email on your About page, please. So that's how I did it, Toasted Rabbit. What I did was like I copied and pasted into one sheet until I had them all. And then I took that sheet and I copied and pasted it into the email. So a bottle baby bull calf for free. Oh, that would be hard to pass that. But you know, you got to be smart about it too. And and take what you can handle. I would love a cow right now. I don't have the equipment or the setup for one.
Yeah.
What do you do when you want to start a garden and someone else takes over?
What do you mean?
Is it somebody else's yard? Yeah, I don't know. If it's somebody you live with and it's their yard too, that's hard. You just have to be really aggressive. I mean,
Be very direct in what you want.
yeah, state your desires and your goals for the garden very clearly. And, just put your foot down. Green Gables Homestead, the local Tractor Supply takes very good care of their chicks, ducklings, but that's only my town.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some good ones. Yeah. I'll join the Babies Collab, says Part-Time Permy. See, Toasted Rabbit? So if you see them on Facebook, you can send them Facebook message. You can send them an email. If they're on Instagram, you can send them a message there. I'm excited. This is going to be a good one, Toasted Rabbit. And I will definitely promote it as in like, hey, let's do this collaboration. Well,
you're at the 1 hour mark.
Chelsea, email in your about, so saith Rose, so mote it be. Amen. I got chicks from munning last year, and they were all hens and healthy. Oh, that's good, Cindy Brown. I know a lot of people get roosters when they're supposed to be all hens, so that's really good. Soon to be ex always takes over. Oh, goodness. That is tough. You're just going to have to kick them to the curb and tell them to get out.
Divide the garden in half and say, this is my half. I want to do it my way over here. I mean,
this man, he's always about finding the compromise.
If you're going to live together, you got to learn to live together. I guess you have to learn to garden together if you're going to be exes and live together, I guess.
Yeah, I did that for a while, for quite a few months before I was able to get out on my own, and it was hard. I don't envy you at all, but you know what? It gets better, Mary, and you will be in a much better place, and you will find better things in your future. Toasted Rabbit, yes, you can do it. You got this. I believe in you.
It's your time to shine.
Exactly. You should keep that email list for Homesteading Channel emails. Oh, the one that I used for the collaboration? Oh yeah. I'll be adding to it actually. I've already got my mind going for my next collaboration. I just want to give it a little bit of break. Hello, Lorella from Not a Farm Girl. How are you?
Cackle Hatchery. Plan B Orchard got theirs from Cackle Hatchery, 100%.
We use them.
I like Cackle Hatchery.
We've used others, but we liked Cackle better. They were very quick and they seemed very, very healthy.
And the last one that we got, we did the mystery. We did a few mystery chickens and got some really cool rare breed chickens that came out of that bunch. So that was cool.
Good idea, Part-Time Permies. Also join and promote it on the Small YouTube Homesteaders Facebook page. Any YouTube homesteaders that have under 1,500 subscribers can join that group. You just have to submit a join request with a link to your YouTube channel so they can confirm that you have under 1,500, and they'll add you in. Miss Cher will add you in. She's our gatekeeper. She's really good at making sure everybody's got what they need in their answers and that they meet our criteria. Link to add bids is in the description of the first video in the playlist. Get to the farm. I've heard you say that before, but you can't add yourself to somebody else's playlist. I've tried that. You can only add people to your own playlist. So if you know of a way around that, let me know. But I am 99.9% sure I've tried it and it's not doable. Rose, where did you get your bandanas at? Because I want some. Ooh! Trisha from Willow Creek Homestead sent me this one. She sent me quite a few of the bandanas that I have. This one's one of my favorite. I think. Now, don't tell anybody I said this because she'll be embarrassed. Just kidding. I think she got these at Walmart. And then my mom sent me some from Amazon that are like all the colors of the rainbow. She sent me like a whole pack of different colored ones that were really bright colors that are just regular bandana patterns. Then I buy them when I see them. Like, what was the one? Oh, you had one from Manyfold Farms. And then I got one at the conference that was welfare safe animals or something like that. It's like a certification that I need to call them and find out if chicken tractors qualify to get that says that you've raised your animals humanely. And I got one of their bandanas. So I just, whenever I see one, I get it. If I see one that attracts my eye, I buy it. But yes, my dear friend Trisha over at Willow Creek sent me some. Yes, time does fly when you're having fun. We are 5 minutes past. And I'm going to scroll down. Tara Santiago, hello. You're always late. Oh, you're in driving distance to Cackle. Oh, I would get myself in trouble if I was in driving distance to them. Yeah, I do like broody girls, but I don't know. I think now that I've hatched out chickens so many times and I've used broody chens so many times and gotten so many roosters that I'm all about some straight run. And I know that's probably sad for the roosters that hatched that week, but for me in my setup, it's just so hard to get rid of roosters, and we don't have a way to process a lot at once. We don't have a setup for that either.
They end up costing you more.
Exactly.
Because you're feeding them. They're a mystery.
Until you know.
Until you know they're a rooster. They crow one day and you're like, oh.
What are your favorite breeds of chickens and why? I go for color on the egg. So I'm way into the color of the egg. So Easter eggers, Americanas,
black copper Marans,
cream leg bars, Marans of any kind. Rhode Island Red They're our good standard brown leg layer. They're very productive. They lay a lot of eggs. Yes, there is a cooperative setting on the YouTube playlist. Check out Homestead Community Playlist. There's people adding to it every day. What? I had no idea that you could do that. I'm going to have to look at that. That's incredible. I actually am putting an entire incubator full tonight, but it's because other people are wanting chicks and because we just lost some. So we were already planning on ordering 25 meat birds. We're going to get the, what are they called? Freedom Rangers. So we're going to do those. So I thought, well, hopefully we'll get some hens this hatch. If anybody knows any tricks on how to make them come out as hens instead of roosters out of the incubator, let me know. Hilda Hickey got to see us live just for a little bit. We're about to sign off. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that either, Not a Farm Girl. That's pretty incredible. Living with Kim, are there certain herbs or foods that can help does produce more milk? Yes, but I can't think of it right now. Fenugreek, maybe? Or maybe that's for something else. That just jumped in my brain. Thistle? Milk thistle seed, maybe? There are some, don't quote either of those, like Google them and make sure. But there's a book, Pat Colby, I think it is, that's in my shopping cart on Amazon. I just haven't been able to get it yet. So that's really cool. That she goes into a lot more of the herbs and stuff for that kind of thing. It's all natural. She does all natural stuff with the goats. We've had bad luck with broody hens, low hatch out rates. Good night, Rose and Ryan. Great seeing you all. Blessings to all. Good night, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we would butcher the roosters too, part-time permies, but when you have 30 of them, it's a little impossible to do. Without any of the setup to butcher. I mean, we have a cone. So, I mean, doing 2 at a time is okay, but more than that, and it's a huge production. And we have so many farm chores that we have to do in a day as it is, that we have a very small window of time in between the morning chores and the evening chores to get anything done. So we wouldn't have enough time in that time to even do the 12, like you said. I mean, we just don't. I just got some Americanas, and I'm so excited.
That's so exciting.
I'm so excited too.
I love puns. I love egg puns. I love puns of all sorts.
And I loved my Americanas. Do we have any of those left?
Yeah.
I think we have like maybe 2 left in the cream leg bar.
Were the ones that looked lavender? Those were Americanas, right?
Those were Easter eggers,
Easter eggers.
which are derived from Americanas.
I love that cut. Like if I was to go for a color on it.
Yeah, the rooster loved it too. I mean, the raccoon loved it too, because that was the most feathers I saw out there. Unfortunately,
there's still some lavender chickens out there.
Danielle, I love you too. I heard you could influence them with temperature to be male or female, but I can't keep that a steady temp. Yeah, I've heard that. So is it hotter or cooler? Because I've been trying to do hotter in my last 2 hatch outs, because it seemed like I was having more hatch and less that didn't hatch. Little Creek Homestead, where I'm so late. Hey guys. Hey Kim Trip. Yes, you're late. We're about to sign off. I'm sorry. I had the last of your pasta last night. I have 1 bag of pasta left, Cindy. I'm so like savoring and waiting, like, because 1 bag of pasta is not really enough for when all of us are here. But if it's just me and Ryan and the boys, it might be enough. I might be able to share it one last time. Best pasta. Get to the farm. Temp will affect survival of one gender over the other slightly, but that just means some won't hatch. Oh, so maybe that's why I had a lower hatch rate at a lower temperature, because the roosters weren't hatching. Good evening, Food First Permaculture. We are about to sign off, unfortunately. I keep saying that, but then I have too many comments and I can't catch up. So I'm going to keep trying to catch up. I won't lie, I've gotten attached to my silkies. We call them las... Daddy, say that?
Las peludas.
Crazy haired ladies in Spanish.
Las peludas.
That's cute. I love my Easter eggers, and I have golden comets that produce very well. Tara, we might have to give more away once we hit 1,000 subs. Ooh! I'm going to have to get in on that. Whoa, where did that come from?
What is that?
Let's send this chat into overtime from Plan B Orchard and Farm. I haven't even seen you talking in here. Thank you. That was very nice. Try John Denver and Johnny Cash music for them to listen to. Yes. I love John Denver and Johnny Cash. I got to use the word game word Food Force to educate people on permaculture. I'd be happy to purchase. Get with me. Sorry, Rose, I'm having a side convo with Little Creek Homestead. I'm sorry I keep reading your side convos out loud and not making any sense. Just the crazy lady over here in the corner. Ah, that was nice. Good night, Jody Flores. Thank you for joining us. Does anybody have any questions before we sign off? I don't want to leave anybody hanging. I think I'm through to the bottom of the chat. And it is 9:13.
I have a question for you guys. If you're watching, have you hit the thumbs up button to like this video?
Oh, yeah. We need one of those people.
We haven't had Grizz to tell people to hit the thumbs up button.
Where is Grizz?
Where is old Grizz?
Did I offend him by telling him he couldn't say don't hit the cats? I don't like it when he says hit the cats. Tara, what are you doing? Cut it out. Thank you, Tara. Oh, Plan B is your husband.
Okay.
That's okay. You've totally lost me there. That's funny. I knew that though, didn't I? Didn't you tell me that already last week or sometime? I think now that you say it, it makes sense. I know you're getting ready to sign off, but I have a question. I have Nigerian dwarf goats, Nigerian dwarf goats, and I'm now starting on Nubians. Can you tell me what they like? What you like about Nubians? Personality. I was going to say the same thing. Personality. I think they have an amazing personality.
Their big floppy ears.
And the floppy ears. Crazy
And
lady
milk.
right here, Rose.
Their milk is really
well,
good.
Yeah, but Nigerian dwarf have creamier milk.
I guess I
They have a
haven't
higher,
had Nigerian dwarf milk.
When we got it from before we knew my mentor, Linda, when we got them from that milk at that farmer's market, that was Linda's milk. And they're not Nigerian dwarfs. They're mini Nubians, which is a cross between Nigerian dwarf and Nubian.
I don't actually.
So if you have if you have a Nigerian dwarf buck and you get female Nubians, you can breed them together and get mini Nubians. Good night, Food Forest. Sorry that you got on so late. Wait, there's a lot more comments that I haven't even read yet. So if you're still here, stay with me while I read more comments and be the crazy lady. Thank you so much for the info. I'm still new at this. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Email should be on the back of the pasta package, and we'll have more at the Hootenanny. I wish I could go to the Hootenanny. The Pratt family's doing.
Keeps coming.
Good night, family. Just did. I usually hit like when I finish a video. We are watching on 2 devices side by side, giving you 2 views for the price of 1. Awesome! Thank you. I appreciate that. Made me make my own account because she didn't like me commenting as her. Do you get naughty? Do you say things you shouldn't and makes her look bad? I don't blame you, Lorella. Ryan had to get his own account too. Snack that raccoon so we can give him a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Yeah, I will have its pelt if I catch that raccoon.
Yeah, Ryan said he was definitely gonna.
I've got
skin it.
2 traps. 2 traps set. If it or they or. Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is we do the live trap so that we can move them, but you have to move raccoons so far away that there's no way they can come back. So we would have to drive all the way to the state park, where the rangers say that we can release them. You have to follow all the laws and protocols and everything with all that. So you have to be really careful. Yeah. All right, Tara is going tonight. Shh, you just sent me $2 to keep me going, and now you're leaving me? What kind of friend are you? Just teasing. I'm ready to go too. I'm tired. I'm gonna go get the boys from Dalton because clearly Dalton's done with them because he keeps coming in here. Oh, I have another question. How do you get a higher cream content in milk? I have noticed my cream line is smaller than it was a week ago. The cream content's gonna change throughout the milking season, and it's going to change depending on when the baby last milked, and it's going to change on how much hind milk you get versus foremilk. Hind milk has a lot higher fat content. Mike is watching a video of small goat jumping on a St. Bernard that is lounging. Oh, that's cute. Marshmallow and grape jelly are good coon bait. Yep. Yeah, we did the marshmallow.
Marshmallows in there.
And sardines is supposed to be really good, and canned cat food. Do you plan on jumping into rabbitry? No.
Nope. Never.
No. I had a bad rabbit experience as a kid, teenager. I had a 4-H rabbit. Well, not 4-H. It was FFA, but same thing. And the neighbor's dog got it and was very brutally murdered, and it was very, very traumatic, and I just don't think I would ever be able to handle doing that with rabbits. Because the only reason to have rabbits now would be to eat them. Like, at this point in my life, that's where I'm at. Is like, I want to produce my food. So, I couldn't keep one as a pet because of the pain of losing one. And I couldn't kill one as food after dispatch one, as food. Because of what I went through with that one. So, it's just not going to happen. What are the best goats to get? Nubians. Nigerian dwarf are good for beginners and people with small yards, though. Nigerian dwarf would be my second most recommended if depending on your situation. Although Nigerian dwarf are known to jump over fences a lot easier, so be careful.
I'm enjoying our brand new pine.
New pine, yeah. Oh my gosh, truly scrumptious.
We'll have to see how that
Truly scrumptious.
happens.
It's so scrumptious.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we need to sign off.
We have kinder goats. Well, that's a good idea. All right. Well, we really appreciate y'all joining us tonight. We are 20 minutes overdue, and Dalton's definitely feeling it. Should you go get Rowan so he can say goodbye? No, he'll be all right. I know one time he didn't get to say goodbye, so he was sad.
He wanted to say hi. We didn't let him say hi, period. He came in and said hi. So.
Okay.
All right. Well,
we love you guys, and thank you guys for all the support. I've had a ton of views on videos this week. That's really been a big support, and I really appreciate it. Join that collaboration if you haven't already. If you have a YouTube channel, a blog, on Instagram, you can just join it anywhere. You can put it in the comments below the video. If you don't have any of those, just tell us what 3 new things you're growing, because that is my goal, is to get more people growing things, got more people making their own food, producing their own milk, eggs, produce, anything like that. So why are you doing that?
Hand signals.
Ah! We love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Where's the keyboard?
All right, you gotta click that thing.
No, wait. It goes up here.
No.
Thank you guys for watching. You know the drill. We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots. Oh gosh, what did
you do? Are they still watching? Did you press
stop?
Did you press stop?
No, I just hit the other button and just made it big. Oh, good night, everyone.